Hallo, willkommen zurück bei The Cat Lady. Wir müssen mit seiner lieben Frau sprechen, die seit einem Monat dabei ist, sich schick zu machen. Das mal was wird. Überall blutige Handabdrücke. Was haben wir denn dabei? Stromkabel. Können wir das bei der Konsole vielleicht benutzen? Nein. Garderobe, nichts Besonderes. Können wir mit ihr nochmal reden oder schreit sie uns gleich wieder an?
Misery. Is that what you said?
Misery. Okay, also Spiegel kann man auch nichts machen. Garderobe, Konsole, Stuhl, Joe, Bett, Bücherregal. Komme ich nie weiter. Suche im Buch den Titel Misery. Hat sie das gemeint? Reine Spekulation, aber ich könnte es genauso gut versuchen. Gut. Wollen wir es denn lesen? Ein Schraubendreher. Ich glaube, ein Teil von mir hat eine Waffe erwartet. Ich glaube, ein Teil von mir hat eine Waffe erwartet. Okay. Aber das wird auch noch nützlich sein. Gut, prima. Dann können wir hier wahrscheinlich die Konsole aufdrehen, aufschrauben. Jupp. Ziehe den linken Schalter, ziehe den rechten Schalter. Keine Ahnung. Sehe den rechten. Müsste sie dann Ausgangsposition sein? Sehe ich nur mal den rechten? Nochmal? Keine Ahnung. Die arme Frau schaut etwas abgemagert aus, finde ich. Können wir das jetzt unendlich lang machen? Okay, jetzt ist es einmal durch. Machen wir nichts. Können wir jetzt mit dir vielleicht noch reden, liebe Frau?
Hello? Misery.
Ja, das hat sie gesagt. Genau. Gut. Einen Schraubenzieher haben wir ja eigentlich noch. Kommt noch was? Nein. Können wir bei den Spiegeln irgendwas machen? Auch nicht. Und nochmal. Okay, sehe ich mal den linken. Und nochmal den linken. Und jetzt den rechten. Nochmal den rechten. Und den linken? Keine Ahnung. Ändert sich da jetzt irgendwas? Jetzt sind ja alle auf sie gerichtet. Sagt sie immer noch. Misery.
Hello?
Oder sowas. Okay, immer noch dasselbe.
Misery. Is
Stimmt dir gut. Garderobe zufällig. Nö. Gut. Und jetzt ist auch noch Misery.
hello?
Überspringen das ein bisschen, ne? Ich kann leider die Pausen dazwischen nicht überspringen. Okay. Ja. Jetzt geht's eigentlich wieder zurück. Okay. Ja. Schick, das ist wunderschön.
No. 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 No! This isn't Ivy. This isn't my wife. It's the monster. It followed me here. It always follows me. No matter what I do.
Look, I'm sorry.
You must kill it.
What? Why me?
You still got that power lead, haven't you? The one you stole from me?
How do you even know about it?
You must use it to kill her. To strangle her.
You're out of your mind.
Do it. Strangle the goddamn creature so it never follows me again, or I'll shoot you right here, right now!
Sie lassen mir keine Wahl. Töten Sie mich, wenn Sie wollen, aber ich werde das nicht tun. Mein Tod ist er ja schon, aber ich weiß nie
Kill me
wirklich,
if you
was
want,
ist
but I
Realität.
won't do that.
You're with her? I should have guessed. I can't trust you. You're better off dead.
Are you alright, Mrs. A?
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Something strange happened. Maybe I am mad after all.
Don't be silly. I was gone for less than 1 minute.
Really? Somehow it felt longer than that.
Time drags when you've got nothing to do, I guess. I see you found the laptop cable. That's good news, because I don't think mine will be any good. Let's see what's on this hard drive, shall we? Well, that was a waste of time.
Never mind. At least now we're sure it's not him. Let's just go. I don't want to spend another minute in this place.
Hey, did you think of a vegetable?
What?
I'd asked you to think of a vegetable while I was gone. So, did you?
Yeah, sure.
Great. Now don't tell me. Was it carrot?
Ja, eine Karotte. Ist unklar, wie hast du das gemacht?
Yes.
Eigentlich
A
war es
carrot?
Brokkoli.
That's amazing. How did you know?
That's the secret. I can't tell you that, Mrs. A, or else it wouldn't be a magic trick anymore. Yay, it works every time.
Okay, don't get too big-headed now.
Sure, but I am the greatest.
Look, I only said it was carrot to be nice. In fact, I thought about celery. I wasn't going to say, but you leave me no choice.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Now, let's go. Joe can come back any minute, and you don't want to meet him. He is not a nice guy.
Irgendwie ist der Ton jetzt auf einmal so leise. Muss jetzt ein Spiel sein. Hilfe. Musik. Ja, keine Ahnung. Hätten wir ihn jetzt befreien können. Aber ich bin manchmal einfach nicht sicher, was ist jetzt so wirklich real und hätte sie dann irgendwie mit sie umgebracht oder so. Gehen wir ins Erdgeschoss. Vielleicht kriegen wir jetzt mit dem Schraubenzieher, Schlüssel, Dreher, wie auch immer, die rote Farbe auf. Das ist auf jeden Fall ein Spiel, das man auf jeden Fall nochmal spielen kann, wenn man wissen möchte, was passiert, wenn man eine andere Entscheidung trifft. Das kann ich einfach mit dem Schraubendreher aufbrechen. Sehr schön. Dann die Farbdose bitte nehmen.
This is it. We've got all we need.
Great! Are you going to tell me about the cat widow now?
Yes, it's story time, Mitzi.
Hey.
The legend says there was once a bad man who hated cats.
Er hasste auch seine Nachbarn und seinen Job, und wenn es regnete, fluchte er und zerstörte Dinge.
He hated his bald head and his weak, ugly body. He probably hated himself the most, although he would never admit it.
I think I see where this is going.
One day, out of pure hatred for the whole world and everything that lives, he captured a family of cats and drowned them all in the river. That day, the sun turned black and all the birds went silent as the 6 kittens struggled for life. But trapped in a strong canvas bag, they never had a chance. They all died that day. All but one. The mother cat, in a desperate fight to set herself free, by pure luck, clawed her way out of the bag and swam to the shore. She stayed on the bank of the river for a while. The world stopped turning for her, her eyes empty and blind. Her heart crashed into pieces as she watched their limp dead bodies stolen by the current. Running after them, she followed them for days, for as long as she could. Then, eventually, she lost sight of them. She stayed on the bank of the river for a while. The world stopped turning for her, her eyes empty and blind. And then, one day, she slowly slid down the bank and into the cold, dark water. She gave in to it. She let the river take her away too, cover her mouth, her ears, her eyes. But as the water filled her lungs, and she started slipping into darkness, there was another strange feeling that burst in her mind like a ball of flames. Anger, rage even. Her last craving, before she drowned, was for revenge, for blood. And so she returned, reborn and changed, a cat widow, veiled in black, mistress of the cats. Her body of a young woman, but her eyes of a cat, and her face, white, rotten, face of a corpse. Those who saw it rarely lived to tell the tale. She would get her revenge on all cat killers and cat torturers, but there was someone she had to see first, someone special, someone she really hated the most. As the evening came, it was strangely quiet in the man's flat. As he lived alone, he usually liked to fill the silence with the sound of radio or TV shows. But that night, he switched them all off, feeling anxious and tired after work. He tried to sleep, but couldn't. And for once, there wasn't anyone there he could blame for it. As he stared through the window, he kept thinking about how much he hated that view. He liked it once, a long time ago, when his wife was still there and they were happy together. Suddenly, he heard knocking on the door. Some part of him was glad, because that meant he could take it out on whoever decided to bother him. There was nobody there. He almost felt disappointed, but before he turned to walk away, he suddenly noticed something down the hall.
An einer nahegelegenen Wand war der riesige Schatten einer Katze. Oder er bemerkte den Schatten einer verhüllten Gestalt vor ihm. Der tote Körper einer ausgeweiteten Katze hing auf der Heizung. Ich mache mal das zweite.
He noticed a shadow of a cloaked figure standing ahead. He stopped again. He couldn't believe his eyes.
Jemand hatte Katzenmörder auf seine Tür geschrieben. Der Schädel einer Katze steckt auf dem Sattel eines Fahrrads. Jemand hatte Arschloch auf seine Tür geschrieben. Ich mache mal das zweite.
There was a cat's skull stuck on the seat of his bike. He had a passion for trains. Although he hated being a train driver, he had always enjoyed watching them move. But now, his train model was moving all on its own. He was absolutely certain he'd left it switched off. And yet, there it was, running at crazy speed. Remote control missing. Something was seriously wrong. And that something had entered his home now too.
Wow.
He hoped he was just imagining things, tired as he was. But there was another surprise waiting for him in his bedroom.
Eine riesige im Blut getränkte Zombie-Katze saß auf seinem Bett. Cat Widow ist hier, die Katzenwitwe ist hier, stand überall.
Cat
Den
Widow
Wänden.
is here, was written all over the wall.
Im Traum ging er in die Küche und um etwas zu trinken. Jetzt bekam er wirklich Angst und entschied sich, die Polizei zu rufen. Nein, er trank
As in a
erstmal was.
dream, he went to the kitchen to get a drink.
Salat.
There was no water. He knew there were valves in the basement that turn it off, but no one's been down there for years. He felt sick. None of this made any sense. And yet, deep down, he knew what he did to the cats was wrong. There was a part of him that almost wanted to be punished. The part he tried so hard to hide. He thought he'd heard something in the corridor. Was there someone there with him? His head was spinning. He felt ambushed, trapped, like an animal. He had to get out of there.
Jetzt bekam er wirklich Angst und entschied sich, die
Getting
Polizei
really
zu rufen.
scared now. He decided to call the police. His phone was of no use. The SIM card had been removed, And that wasn't even the worst part. There was a photo of a black cat set as screensaver. He remembered this cat. He'd watched that strange pest control man put it in a cage and into his van. He'd looked at it through the window for a while, then pulled the curtains and went to bed. He stopped, paralyzed. He'd heard something right in front of him. A whisper. More like a purr. She was there, in the dark corner of his living room, waiting. Black veil covering that pale, dead face. And yet, he could almost feel Cat Widow's eyes piercing through him.
Cat Widow zielte mit einer Schrotflinte auf seine Brust, kam näher wie ein Gespenst, lüftete schnell den Schleier.
She came closer, like a ghost, and swiftly removed the veil. She came back for him, to take him to the river, to make him pay for what he'd done. As he looked into her eyes, he could feel the world spinning around him, his knees go weak, his pants suddenly wet around his crotch. As much as he hated life, he didn't want to die either. Inside, he was just a big, stinking coward. And then he fainted. Did you see his face? I knew he'd fall for this.
Yeah, we scared the living shit out of him. Now that's teamwork. Are you sure he won't know it was you, though?
Oh, he probably will, once he's had time to think about what happened. But he's too proud to ever admit he's been beaten by a woman. I know him just about enough to know that.
Let's hope so. I don't want you to get in trouble because of me.
No. That was something I had to do for myself. And I feel much better for it.
The only problem now is that we still haven't found Eye of Adam. Because it definitely isn't Brian. The only problem now is that we still haven't found Eye of Adam. Because it definitely isn't Brian.
Let's cross him off the list.
Nur noch wir bleiben.
Well, that means we've checked everyone. We've hit a brick wall. Perhaps I was wrong. Maybe he doesn't live here at all.
I think we need to sleep on it, and we might get some more ideas in the morning. Shall we head back home?
Yeah, I do feel tired. You're right, we need some sleep. Really wish there was an elevator in this building. What's that? A note? What does it say, Mrs. A?
You will not believe it. Meet me at midnight, both of you. I will wait. Flat 5. Door will be open. Do not fear. Eye of Adam.